Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, 9US11, and this one is a special edition of the Arena War vehicles. Right? That's awesome. And look in this vehicle. It's my. What do you guys think of my little weenie? I meant the car, not guys. Really? Anyways, as you can tell, this is what a vehicle that I use for the casino heist. It is the Issi Classic. If you actually open up your cell phones and you click on GTA 5, and I'm playing on Xbox Live, by the way. You buy the upgradable vehicles, and sometimes these upgradable vehicles can go on sale. Like this one I won this one in the podium wheel, the Issi Classic. I remember exactly 3 weeks ago, this vehicle was $180,000. So yes, you can purchase these upgradable vehicles, and sometimes these vehicles go on sale randomly. Take advantage. Sometimes I just buy them and store them. If you do own one, you could actually steal them and store them and change the pin. If you guys didn't know, you go to the Los Santos Custom and add full insurance. Same it goes for the Dominator. If you own the Dominator, one Dominator, and you see them in the street, you actually could steal them. And instead of paying the full price of $35,000 a pop, you could actually then steal them and put them in your garage, or go to Los Santos and upgrade them to meaning your possession. So you could pay for that insurance policy, that premium. Anyways, right now I'm going to work on the Issi Classic, and I haven't decided whether the going with apocalyptic or the future. I kind of actually am impartial for the future, so let's get started on this one. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's go do some modifications. Well, as you can tell, I have some certain modifications in this vehicle. I put some custom plates. That right off the bat is 100,000. I have everything if you want me to review, and I shall. The armor is at 100%. The bodywork I've picked is the full secondary trim. As you can tell, I'm going to just call it up right there. The brakes are the best the race brakes, which I think at the time cost me 35,000. I'm going on memory because they don't have the listing price. The bumpers, the front example, you get to choose whatever styles, and I already got the painted race bumper, including with the rear, basically with what I want. You have here the stock, the mud, the carbon with guard, and you have here the race spoiler with the race spoiler with guards. Basically the chassis, the vehicle, I already have them to where I want it to be. The chassis is kind of full secondary rally lights. You know, you get to choose whatever you like with a vehicle. My choice is basically my tastes. Here are kind of cool. You see the little tour lights right there. I like them covered. I mean, you can go whatever you like. This car is a very cool little car. Definitely when you want to do the casino heist for escape. If you're brand new learning and trying to get out, guys, I do the casino heist. I pick a winner every single Friday. Whoever wins in my YouTube channel, subscribe. I pick a random one, and actually the last winner I have it listed is Goofy Gamer, or retract, is Goody Gamer. That's the last guy that actually signed on, and I picked him. So yeah, you can take advantage of the fact of winning the casino. I give the payout depending on the approach or the target, 55 to 85%. Anyways, let's continue on. Definitely sign up to the channel, guys. The exhaust, as you can tell, I have it all set up. You can have it different. You can have it dual carbon tip exhaust. You have like the quad exhaust. As you can see, everything is kind of preset to the vehicle. I'm just going over it so you can have a basic understanding between the fenders, what it looks like, what it does not. Now, what I'm going to do with all this, let me just cut to the chase. I'm going to upgrade it to the Arena War vehicle, and I decided to make it the future stock. So let's get started. Let's see what it looks like for $653,400. Oh yeah. Woo! I'll tell you one thing. The extras that I had on the vehicle definitely has come out. I shall start. The brakes are the same. Anything that's indicating the star, obviously there's going to be some extra modifications with this vehicle, so I'm going to go look at it. Between this one is those no boost, the shunt boost. I'm going to go stick the little flame because I think that's very cool, and that's right there cost me 400,000. The bumpers, here we go. Front bumper, this one gets interesting because I have this little large scoop or mini scoop. You could do the bumper with livery, kind of the designer bumper. And there went my license plate, as you could tell, the heist car. And let's move on to the classic bumper. Let's move on to the shiny classic bumper with livery, or you have the classic bumper with the panels. If I actually did do this, you can't really see the front license plate, which really that's kind of sucks right there. But I have to admit right there, with the paneling, it creates these extra lights, which I actually like with a car. And depending, this car I haven't decided. I can make it a civilian if I wanted to, but I'm gonna make it basically a war vehicle. I could always go back and change it at my own discretion. Now the rear, let's see what we can do. This one, the last plate is gone on that one. You have the stock bumper. You have I removed the bumper. You have here the classic bumper. You have here diffuser, and then you have here the secondary diffuser. Basically the diffuser is kind of a little route. The car looks a little lifted actually, with the bigger tires. The diffuser is kind of cool. I shall take that right there in doing this. The body work. Now this is where the rubber meets the road. Again, this one right here, the spikes. As you could tell, this car is very spiky wikey. So that's kind of cool for 55,000. I don't know, it took away from the car right now. Just as a little curiosity from my end, if the car, you say we go to the, let me just make the car first original, like a civilian car, so we can get an idea what it looks like. You know, like say we have the Ram here, the primary, the proximity. This what the vehicle would look like if we did not have the Ram, just to get an idea. So this just to get a visual of what you're working with. Okay, now the secondary weapons, everything. Obviously there's going to be a spoiler with a car, so you can see whatever the spoiler is. That's the look. I'm just mixing this around, not going to go really in order. The skirts, basically the bottom end of the vehicle. That's kind of cool. Alright, gives you an idea. And what else? The roof, secondary roof, the hex, the carbon fiber roof, or the roof with livery. I'll tell you one thing, the hex one is actually kind of more definition to the vehicle, but I like the stock one. So depending on what your tastes are, you know. So I'm gonna go back to the hood. Look at this one, blower hood. I had that original blower for the other car, so it gave me that. Just to give you an idea, stock hood looks like. This is the secondary, and this is the carbon hood. So I can start modifying this car like carbon fiber. Incredible. Hood with chrome stripes. Oh, I can see the chrome stripes. Vented hood. Oh man. And you have here the performance hood. You have here the exposed air filter. I want to go back to hold on, the performance hood. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, just making sure. The exposed air filter, as you can see it right there. And then you have the exposed triple air filter that's sticking out. Aren't they cute? They look like three little triplets, groundhog just looking out of the ground. Alright, we have the trumpet ram pipes. The lovely little ram pipes. Moving on, you have the swept back ram pipes. Here's what it looks like. And I see the exhaust coming out of the front of the car. Whoa. The small ram pipes. The exposed filter hood, as you can tell right here. And then this one is the exposed tri-filter hood. This is the blower hood, and this is what the original one I have at max payout. So I'm just gonna leave that one alone. So far that looks cool. Okay, now we're gonna go try to get these things done in order. Sorry, I'm just jumping around, aren't I? We did the bumper, we did the back bumper. Now on to the body works. Here we are. This is the one with the spikes I mentioned. Bingo, and I just dropped 55,000 on the spikes. Let's get started. In the plating of the car, this is actually the heavy armor plating that is represented in the vehicle when I just purchased it. So this is the reinforced armor plating for 175, and this is the light armor plating that's for 110,000. And this is what the vehicle looks like without any armor plating, so you can get an idea. So automatically it came with the heavy armor plating, the vehicle, when you do get the upgrades. So I think we do some cost right there. That's not bad. Now the roll cage, as you could kind of tell, there is no roll cage in the vehicle. Yeah, you can see right there, trying to get that little angle. If you look inside where the driver's seat is, I'm just trying to focus on there, not just the external when I'm going back and forth. So you can tell there is no roll cage. Now, in doing that, we're going to try to look for a rear roll cage right there. So 175,000. That's a little tough one. I guess I'm going to have to do this angle right here. Now you have the rear carbon cage. Okay, that's basically carbon fiber. You have the roll cage for 21,950. The carbon cage, the same thing, it's just basically carbon fiber. You have now the full cage at 26, which makes sense. It gets more protection, right? Then you have the full cage at 29,650. Padded cage, which I think it should be some of it. When you are driving, if you're in it and God forbid you did hit, at least it doesn't hurt as much. And then this one would be the padded carbon cage side of the car. Personally, for me, if you're trying to get the aesthetics look to match, say, the inside, the outside, I think that'd be very cool just to show it. If the carbon, you get an idea that actually passes more for 3,400. I'm not really into the carbon, so I'm going to stick with a padded cage. That's my preference. Not that I cannot afford it, because I definitely could. It's just my preference and my taste. The engine, it's maximum at EMS upgrade level 4. This is my lovely this vehicle. Actually, no, this is the Issi, not ISIS, the Issi vehicle actually changed now. Huh. Now this is a futuristic exit. I could see the futuristic exit is the exhaust. Look at the way it's coming out. Let me start off from the stock exhaust, those basic $260 coming out. So interesting. Then you have the raised exhaust. I think it's a little different. Yeah, slightly raised for $750. Now this one is a swept down exhaust. I think it makes sense because here, look like you're gonna breathe it when you're driving fast. But this one's like away from you. I think it does make sense. The classic exhaust. Right now, the front part of the vehicle is covered. I think the whole exhaust is coming out through the back. Personally, for me, I think that makes sense. Now this one is the side exhaust that you have here, which actually doesn't make sense too. I know for trucks, I'm kind of impartial for the ones in the back. I just really am, for me. You know. Now moving on to the side again, and then with the final, I think right here would be the rimmed exhaust, and then as you can tell, it's coming from front, and then this is the futuristic. So the futuristic is just basically one side of the car that actually will come out. Since I've already had this thing, the futuristic, I don't really have to put it. I mean, I could go for the classic, either from the back, you know, or from the side and stuff. I could do that, but you know what? Why not? I would like to see it as something different, as a futuristic like that. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. The fenders. Let the primary. This is a small fender. This what none fenders look like, and this what the small fenders. Oh, there we go. Trying to get a better angle. The none and the small fenders. So let it begin. The secondary. Because the armor, I have the I can't even speak now. The big old armor right now that's covering the fenders. It's kind of hard to see. So here, this would actually would be a preference. Even in me saying what I want to get, it's kind of hard to see what it is. I'm just going to leave the car, not necessarily like the fenders are all that. I'm just going to leave it as the primary, because you really can't even tell what's going on with the fenders. It's just an extra cost, even though it's not as much. The most you can actually spend in the fenders is about $4,300, you know. But again, if you can't see it, if it's not broke, why fix it? You know, just leave it as is. Let's go now from the stock grill, and all up in my grill. Lovely grill right there. Here's the ramp bar, which I think kind of accentuates it a little more. This is now the large ramp bar. Okay, this is kind of looks cool, and then it actually had what changed the look of the vehicle. And then you have here the angled ramp bar. Okay. And then you have now the heavy ramp bar. Again, the heavy ramp bar is about $6,000 versus the large one. I'll tell you one thing. Again, it's all about preference, not because of necessarily the price. You know, if you like what it is, like in your taste, you could choose it. Not a big deal. You know what I mean? I mean, for me, I would think I might get. I actually do like this one, the large ramp bar. This heavy duty one for 6,000 is not bad. It definitely can give me some added protection when I go head on with somebody. So is for me, this is would be about the style. If I took out the large scoop in the front, possibly, then I could have this thing looking quite different. At this point right here, I know I'm going to probably be ramming into somebody. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, stuck a feather by his toe. You go for it'll last all the way to Mexico. Oh, the heavy rampart is. I'll tell you one thing, it was a tough decision because I actually do like this look right here. I could always come back and change it for 1340. That's not even a big deal. 6,000 here, 1340 there. Yeah, let's move on. I already did the hood right now, the blower, the horn. We got to hear the horn. What is it? Oh my God, I knew it. Okay, that's the horn. Jeez, I'm not gonna say it. Okay, that would be a regular. I think the clown horn is cute. That would have been funny if I would have had this called the Issi Classic, the Nightmare Effect. I think it would match it perfect. The livery here, basically, it has all the writing that you want to do. I'm just gonna zip through fast all of them quickly just so you can get an idea. I'm sorry, this one looks definitely like my grandmother's wallpaper. This is actually kind of hilarious. In continuing with the choices right here, you get an idea. They all vary in prices. Right now, this one's about $52,440. I personally don't have a favorite. I don't really like these liveries, but I'm just showing them just because it showed the audience about what you can do. Just get an idea. This one's about $53,579. Yeah, again, it's preferable taste. What do you prefer? What do you like? You know, I think that's the best question you can ask yourself. What do I like? What I like to do? Yeah, I'm going to stick to the none on this one. That's so far, that's just me. I'm going to name her what? My future ride here is my future is Izzy. That way I actually know it's an Issi Classic, and you know what? I got multiple cars. I could definitely always change it to what I like. That's not even a big deal. But this is kind of cool. You can name the vehicle right here. Now the license plate, this is kind of funny. I do have a plate, and I do have one, and I don't know where you could see it, but I'm going to call it out. I have one that says heist car. This is hilarious. I don't know where is the plate. The plate disappeared. It's because of the weapons. I think the trunk, I'm going to check out the weapons, but I'm not going to mess with it right there. We're just going to continue. The respray, I could actually tell you one thing. The respray could be a lot of things, what you want to do. You know, like this one right here is at chrome. Or I could switch this the whole thing a bit and make it into black, green, yellow, blue. It's depending on your preference. What do you want to do? Midnight purple. You know, it's just one of those things. Like, I'm going to metallics right now. You know, I can tell you one thing. What catches my eye automatically is the secondary, because all these pipes, I automatically think of chroming them. That's the first thing. So the secondary with those pipes, I don't, no excuse. Boom, chrome. That looks actually really good the way it does. For me, that's just me off the bat. The accents, shrimp on the ball beam. No, I'm just kidding. That's the wrong accent. You can actually change whatever you want, you know. So the accents, I don't know. I have to definitely put some representation. The orbital cactors, I stuck it on there, just representing my crew. What's up, everyone? Woohoo! Gotta represent. The primary colors. This is tough. Right now, I could say that I could just keep as is and continue forward. You know what I mean? Something about certain colors that pop out, you know, uniformly. Or I can make this one the nice red. And actually, it does look good. The little lava red. Check this little guy out. This little guy means business. It's depending on the color. You guys leave out a comment. What do you think you should paint it? Get an idea going on. I do know one thing. Since I do have the lights hot pink, and the vehicle has hot pink, I want to actually put it at hot pink. You know what I mean? And the accents, I could have fun with it at leaving it in what? Hot pink. Do they have it right here? I'm just scrolling through, and voila. So right now I could just leave it hot pink on hot pink on hot pink. Or I could just leave the accents on white. So they could actually pop out. This is pink salmon, it's Fister pink. This is the hot pink that we just saw right now. Or I could just put a different accent, which obviously, if I put a brighter color, you can tell between bleach, the sandy brown, see cream forest white, or ice white. If I left this example on ice white, it just accentuates the vehicle. Truly, you know, you can't go wrong with this. Whatever you want to do right now, just like to accentuate the vehicle, to pop it out since it's already there. And let's move it on to the roof. I have here the secondary roof. This is the stock secondary. You have here the hex roof, the carbon, or with roof with livery. I don't know. You know, personally for me, this or without, it just gives you like a little extra on the tip. So for $20,000 more, again, it's your choice. You know, I personally say it's your choice. You could tell the difference right there. It's just right on the edge. I'm just keep switching it back and forth. You know, I could have done secondary all chrome, so I could really let that thing pop out. You know, going up all chrome. The truth is, I could probably just leave it all chrome, just like that, because this one is just for that price for $16,320. At least I have more chrome for my style and look. Now, if I wanted to sell the car right now as is, definitely have a definite loss, but I would get $875,250. The more you put into the car, you get certain percentages back, you know? So, yeah, that's basically it. Let's do this. The skirts, I did that one. What did I do? The spoiler. Oh, here we go. That's what I forgot to do. These are the little cute little spoilers. You can tell the carbon lip wing. You have here the carbon wing. You have here the primary wing. You have here the secondary wing, where you have here the large wing. At this point with this car, I might as well choose the 16,000 large wing, because you're just gonna jam away. You know, it looks kind of cool. The almighty suspension. Right now, I do have it at sport. I want to just show you. This is at stock. This is a lowered street. Now this is at sport that I have it in. This one is competitive, and this one's a race. Let me just show you the difference between if this one is a stock and this is a race. So obviously I'm going to keep it at race for 4,600. Keep it down on the ground. Lower the better. Transmission. Originally I had this on the race, but guess what? Now I have this on super transmission for what? $50,000. So this is the beauty right here. Not bad, huh? Anyways, let's go to the turbo. This car had no turbo before. Now it has turbo. Again, this vehicle, if I wanted to upgrade it as a regular, this arena vehicle, I want to make it civilian. All I have to do is just do some certain modifications. Example, like the weapons, like the ram, and I could just to get it off. Imagine me getting rid of the spikes and me driving around with this car. Just that example. You know, and nobody's ever going to know. They're going to wonder, how did you make this car so cool looking? Nobody needs to know your secrets. You know what I mean? That's just between me and my viewers. That's the beauty of it. And the vertical jump, here we go. Let the fun begin. To get away from the craziness, that's $420,000 for that jump. Booyah. That's one way they'll never figure me out. The wheels, I could do bennies if I chose to. Add some rims, add some color, add some things to it. At this point, I'll be honest with you, I really don't need to do that, because I kind of like the original rims. I kind of go with the car. And that's just how it is. Now for the tires, the design, there's nothing. These are bulletproof, which I did already, and that's the awesomeness. And the smoke, right now it's a white smoke. Since I have a theme going on, I'm gonna add the pink smoke at 22,500. So let's go right there. And backing out the windows, I have it at limo. That's already done from a while back. And now let the fun begin. Before that, I like to go back to check on the lights on the car, just to make sure the headlights, it's actually white. Oh my goodness. So I shall change the headlights. It disappeared on me, didn't they? To hot pink lights. You can't get, not bad right there. Hot pink lights, as you can tell. You guys can check it out. And now for the kits, the layout, I have all three. I'm going to see the color. It's pony pink. I think I want to change it from pony pink to $6,825, the hot pink. I'm gonna upgrade that bad girl right there. Again, you could the little accentuating parts like of the white that I could do with a car. Like those accents, you could always change them. You don't have to leave it as they are. That's the best part about the vehicle, you know. What's the last one is the weapons. Let me just scroll down to it, and then we can see what to do. Let the fun begin. We already know what the vehicle looks like without this large scoop. Now this is what the reinforced scoop looks like. I think that's quite decent. And then now the large, you can't help it. Between the reinforced for 225 or this bad girl right here, I'll tell you one thing. If you want the uniformal look, it looks good as this kind of scoop. You'll match everything. This one, you talk about, it gets the job done. So automatically, I shall get the large scoop. Looks pretty good. Now the weapons. It says here I have no weapons. Here's a mounted clean machine gun. 50 cal, and or I'm going to use the lasers. I think I want to try to get this laser. This is the bomb right here for 325,000. Proximity mines. There's no question. My preference, I like to go, is 270,000. I like to get the kinetic. If I wanted to get the spike, again, it's just going to review it at 100,000 for the spikes. The EMP is 300,000. Basically slows the vehicle down. Slick, they get loose control, get out of the way, or sticky slows them down. Basically glue on the road. It's just an advantage. The kinetic, if somebody hits it, it won't kill him, but it will blast him to a different direction. So if I'm going straight, all of a sudden, if I find myself going hard left, way in the air, gonna land somewhere near a swamp or something that's maybe I don't know, 200 feet from the road. It's just kinetic. I love that type of mines what you put on the floor. That's the best. Is there anything else with it? No, I think that's it. Now, moving on to the secondary weapon, it came automatically. As you could tell, if I didn't want any rear kinetic mortar, so automatically you could tell this was my little heist car. Look at my little cutie heist car, so sweet. Can you imagine doing a casino heist with this little guy? Yeah, I have a feeling the police wouldn't want to mess with me. Anyways, I'm going to leave it as is, and this is the beauty of it. I'm not going to change it up. I just leave it like that, and the secondary weapon is done. Guys, tell me, what do you think? Just gonna do. Guys, what do you think of my little weenie? It has some pink on it. You guys like the weenie? That's awesome. And I'm talking about the car. Don't get perverted. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the like and that notification. And guys, remember the motto: the grind is real. Thank you very much.